Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today, joining us from the Better Business Bureau, it's our friend and DoorDash expert, Tiffany Schultz. No, she's not the DoorDash expert, but she is going to help us today with restaurant delivery apps and tips and everything else. Boy, has this blown up in the last couple of years, Tiffany.
It's easy to order takeout, and it's even easier when you can order your favorite very easily at the touch of your fingertips. So, gone are the days where some restaurants didn't even offer delivery. Now you can get
Right?
basically anything, and these apps make it super simple.
That's the thing. Like there wasn't, you didn't have a lot of those options. You'd have to go to the restaurant, pick up eat at the restaurant, all of that. And, having this new option to eat at home and at the comfort of your home and have it delivered even. I mean, it's almost too good to be true. And that's where it starts to get interesting. So I'm a little excited to talk about this one. So let's just break it down. How do these takeout apps work and how do they interact with restaurants? Because it gets interesting in that area.
We know how they work for the consumer. Super simple. You just order what you want, it shows up on your doorstep. However, restaurants actually need to pay to use this service. So they're paying sometimes 20 to 30% or more of the cost of your meal in order to use this service. And the restaurant revenue could go up, but their profit margins are going down. So what they're doing is increasing the price of their meals in order to cover the cost of using this service. So, be wary when you're using them because it is costing them to use this service and provide it to you.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest unknowns for people who are using the service that are not taking that into consideration, that it is, you're paying on both ends. The restaurant's paying for it, you're paying for it, and the service isn't just free in the sense of the restaurant, making it available. So it's something that's been there's been some stories surrounding that. We'll leave that part alone. But if you are thinking about the delivery driver sense and what's happening on their front, what is their portion of it?
The delivery driver is going to get a minimum order fee. For delivering your meal. So when they pick up that order, they're actually going to get something from the app. But sometimes if you're thinking that the tip is included in your fee, it may or may not be. So you really want to read the terms and conditions of the app, what's included. Sometimes it's just going to be that delivery fee. It's not going to be a tip. So to make sure that your driver gets tipped, make sure that you know exactly who you're ordering from and what is and what is not included.
Yeah, you don't want to find out on those surprise tips or find out again that the driver isn't getting anything when you thought they were and they're standing at your door like, because they don't want to actually ask. So it gets you kind of in a sticky situation. What about the budget on this? You kind of already mentioned a little bit about it, but are you paying a lot more to get these things delivered to you?
You're paying a lot more to get your meal delivered to you. So if we're thinking about something small, just a value meal at one of the fast food restaurants, maybe it's $9, $10. That same meal could be costing you $20 to $25 to have it delivered to you once you factor in that service fee, the increased cost of the meal, and a tip. So be very wary about what it's costing you versus just going to the local restaurant and picking up your order, whether it be through the drive-through or walking into the counter and getting it.
So turning this around and supporting your local restaurants, what could you do or learn more about whether you're going to choose a delivery app or just pick it up yourself?
It's a good idea to have the local menu in front of you, even if it's just a mom and pop restaurant, and they are using one of those apps. What's the cost difference? Do you want to go out and get it? Do they offer local delivery without going through the app? Some of the restaurants do have their local delivery drivers, and it's likely going to cost you a lot less because they are employed by the restaurant. They are not employed through a third party app.
Yeah, and if you do have questions, you could always call the restaurant directly and check into and make sure that you understand who they're using, how it works potentially. They may share some of that information with you, they may not, but if you're kind of curious or you're kind of thinking where are these dollars being spent, both for you paying for it, but also for them paying for it, could be a good way to learn a little bit more about what's happening.
Absolutely. And you can ask those questions too if you're just dining in one night too. Ask those questions and see if it's something that the restaurant really benefits from, or if it's something that they would rather come serve you in the restaurant or even use their own local delivery driver if they have one.
Now, don't let the tone that Tiffany and I have been talking like this is a negative thing or a positive thing or anything like that. We stand in the middle here, but it's making awareness, I think, on both sides, both the user and receiving, how this all kind of comes together. And you want to be up and understand before you ever try out these type of services. And my favorite saying from you, although credit card one's my favorite, but this is my second favorite one, is do your homework.
Always do your homework. And there's always going to be new apps out there too. But before you go ahead and download them, make sure that you're reading the reviews because, as we all know, scammers take advantage of opportunities. And we could see an app pop up. We've never heard about it. You want to go ahead and use it only to find out that a has designed it to collect your credit card and your personal information. So always do your homework. Do your homework on the companies. You can do that at bbb.org. Read complaints, read reviews, see what their rating is with us, and make an informed decision.
There you have it. All right. Or you could ask a friend to go pick it up for you. Bring it to you. So you'll buy dinner for him if they pick it up and bring it over or something like that, right? Maybe. All right, Tiffany, thank you so much for the great information. If people would like to follow up on more information on the stuff you shared with us today or just about BBB, where can they go?
Head on over to bbb.org.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Tiffany. I always appreciate it.
Thanks for having me today.